I'm throwing this. This is a bait that I'm going to keep in my hand quite a bit this year. Now this is an 8.0, also known as a Magnum. It's one of those Squarebills that they came out with almost 10 years ago. Guys were taking big deep diving crankbaits and filing those bills down to where they could get them to run in 3 or 4 or 5 feet of water. And every company made one. It won a few tournaments, then you really didn't hear anything more about those big Squarebills. But I'm telling you, this is a year where you better be throwing it, because we all know that big baits are all the rave in bass fishing. Those big glide baits, we've seen what they can do. They bring something out of those big fish that you just can't trigger with smaller baits. This is a perfect in-between when it comes to, I want to still fish my normal stuff, but I need something that when I know those fish are biting, I know there's giants in the area, I know there's big bait in the area, I can throw it. And I can give myself an opportunity at only the big fish that's in the group. Let it go by all the small ones and give that big fish an opportunity to eat it. It's going to happen because we have water that's in the 60s. It's the beginning of March. We're not dealing with a bunch of cold fronts or anything like that. The weather is going to be consistent up until they spawn, but it's still cool enough to where they want to be in that pre-spawn mode. The year is still early enough to where they want to be in that pre-spawn mode, and they're going to be up shallow and they're going to be feeding for a whole month, and we need something big because these baits, these smaller Squarebills, they work great when the water's in the 40s and the 50s. But when that water's in the 60s, obviously these baits still work, but how many of these baits will the fish see? Not nearly as many as this. So this is a bait this year that I think is really going to play. It's been a weird weather year, and this bait will work you. I know you need a big rod, you need heavy line, has a lot of pull, it's heavy, it's a pain to throw, but that can benefit you because guys that are lazy, they don't want to fool with this big bait, are never going to throw it. So the fish aren't seeing nearly as many of these. Give this big bait a try this year. I really have a prediction that this thing is going to play. I'm rigging it up tonight. I'm putting some giant hooks on it. And this is something that when I catch a few fish on a spot, and I think there's some big ones there, I'm going to reel this one through. So let me know how y'all do with this. Good luck to you, and I'll see you on the water.